Once upon a time, a weary traveler came to a quiet kingdom. He had been on the road for many days, and the road had not been gentle with him. Dust clung to his clothes, fatigue rested on his face, and his eyes carried the look of a man who had been disappointed too many times by the time he reached the palace gate. The sun was already low, spilling warm light across the stone walls and the old wooden doors. There, seated calmly near the gate, was the king. He was not speaking. He was only watching the road, as if he had learned that silence could tell a person many things. The traveler stopped, looked at him, and after a moment walked closer. He bowed respectfully, then asked, "Your Majesty, tell me truthfully, if I stay in this kingdom, will the people here make life easy or miserable? Will I find peace, or will I spend my days guarding my heart from the same kind of trouble I have already known?" The king looked at him with quiet eyes and asked, "What were the people like where you came from?" The traveler frowned, as if the question itself had touched an old wound. Then he answered, "They were difficult people, always quarreling, always comparing, always looking for some advantage. They could turn a peaceful morning into an argument before breakfast. They were selfish, suspicious, and hard to trust. If someone succeeded, they envied him. If someone struggled, they mocked him. And if someone tried to be kind, they treated kindness like foolishness." For a moment, the palace gate grew very still. Then the king nodded slowly and said, "Then you will find the same kind of people here." The traveler lowered his eyes and gave a tired little sigh. It was the kind of sigh that said he was not. Surprised, perhaps, he had expected nothing else. So he thanked the king briefly and walked through the gate into the kingdom. The next day, another traveler came to the same gate. The morning had passed, and warm evening light again touched the palace walls once more. The king sat in the same place, calm, watchful, unmoved by hurry. This second traveler was different. The road had marked him too, but not in the same way. His clothes were simple, his steps were steady, and though he looked tired, there was still something light in his face. He approached the king with respect and asked, "Your Majesty, if I choose to make my home here, will I find kind people, good neighbors, honest hearts, and a life that feels peaceful? Will there be people I can trust, people who know how to live well with one another?" Again, the king asked, "What were the people from where you came from like?" And the traveler smiled before answering. "They were good people, not perfect, but good. They worked hard, helped one another, and shared what they had when storms came. They stood together when one person suffered, others came near. They respected the land, they respected each other, and even when life was heavy, they still knew how to laugh. They could carry burdens without losing warmth. They could pass through hard seasons without forgetting kindness, and somehow their goodness made difficult days easier to bear." The king listened and then smiled. "Then you will find the same kind of people here." The traveler's face softened even more. It was as if something inside him had relaxed. He thanked the king and stepped into the kingdom with a lighter heart near the gate. A young guard had heard both conversations. He had stood there the day before, and he was standing there again. Now he had heard the bitter traveler and the peaceful one. He had heard the king's first answer and his second, and though he respected the king deeply, he could not hide his confusion. So when the second traveler had gone inside, the guard stepped forward and asked, "My lord, forgive me, but I do not understand yesterday. You told one man that he would find selfish and difficult people in this kingdom. Today you told another that he would find kind and peaceful people. How can both answers be true?" The king turned toward the guard, and his face remained calm. Then he said, "Because most people do not enter a new place empty, they arrive carrying old memories, old fears, old expectations, old wounds, old hopes, and without realizing it, they began to notice what matches what's already living inside them. The bitter heart is quick to find bitterness. The suspicious heart is quick to find reasons not to trust. The angry heart hears insult even where none was intended. But the peaceful heart recognizes peace. The grateful heart notices goodness. The joyful heart finds reasons to smile, even in ordinary things you see in life." Many times people think they are only meeting the world outside them, but often they are also meeting their own spirit. That is why one person can enter a place and see only enemies, while another person enters the same place and sees friendship. One person finds reasons to complain. Another finds reasons to be thankful. One sees only coldness. Another notices warmth that was there all along. So before you judge a place, a person, or a new beginning, first ask yourself, what am I bringing with me? Am I bringing suspicion or openness? Am I bringing bitterness or grace? Am I bringing fear or hope? Because happiness is not only something you search for in the world many times, it is something you carry into the world. And what you carry changes, what you notice, what you believe, and even what you receive. So carry peace, and you will begin to recognize peace. Carry kindness, and you will begin to see kindness. Carry joy, and you will make room for joy. And that is why some people walk into a new season and find trouble everywhere, while others walk into that same season and somehow still find beauty, still find hope, still find reasons to smile. The world is not always exactly what we think, but very often it answers the spirit we bring to it. So guard your heart. Will bring light, bring warmth, bring a good spirit, and many times life will open more gently before you. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.